Hi, look at this majestic, predictable bird. It's white, it's calm, and that is the stock market. Today, we're looking at the history of Black Swan events, the financial nightmares that nobody invited to the party. For centuries, Europeans believed all swans were white. It was an unshakable fact of nature. Then, in 1697, explorers landed in Australia and saw a black swan. In an instant, 1,000 years of certainty was shattered. In finance, a black swan is an event that is impossible to predict, carries a massive impact. People try to explain it away as obvious, only after it happens. Today, we're looking at the events that no one saw coming, how they broke the world, and why they will happen again. Our first stop is the late 1920s. The Roaring Twenties felt like a party that would never end. People were buying stocks on margin, essentially gambling with borrowed money. Economists of the time famously said stock prices had reached a permanently high plateau. Then came Black Tuesday. The market didn't just dip, it evaporated. It took 25 years for stocks to return to their 1929 peaks. This event was a black swan because it revealed a structural flaw in the banking system that everyone had ignored: the danger of extreme leverage. October 19th, 1987. The Dow Jones dropped 22.6% in a single day. To put that in perspective, that would be like the market dropping 9,000 points in 6 hours today. There was no war, no massive economic shift. So what happened? This was the first digital black swan. New computer programs designed to protect investors actually triggered a death spiral. When prices fell slightly, the computers automatically sold. That selling caused prices to fall more, which triggered more automated selling. It was a flash crash before we even knew what that term meant. It proved that the more complex our systems get, the more vulnerable they are to glitches we can't predict. Then came the 2008 housing crisis. Experts believed home prices never go down nationwide. They were wrong. The Black Swan wasn't just the housing bubble. It was the fact that every major bank was tied to that bubble by invisible threads. And then 2020, a global pandemic. While people had warned of viruses for years, the total shutdown of the global economy in a matter of weeks was a black swan that changed the rules of investing forever. It proved that the biggest risks are often biological or environmental, not just financial. Nassim Taleb, who popularized the term, says we shouldn't try to predict black swans. We can't. Instead, we must build antifragile portfolios. How? Diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Cash reserves. Always keep some dry powder for when the world goes on sale. Psychology. Accept that the impossible is actually inevitable. The next black swan is already out there. It's not on the news, and it's not in the charts. But when it arrives, will you be a victim, or will you be prepared?